I'll choke midterm.
Okay. We have a stellar person here with us today. Mike, why don't you introduce yourself to the folks, please?
Hi, I'm Mike Wiest from Wiest Rentals in Riverside.
Awesome. And Mike, who helped you get where you are today?
I have to say my father, one of my biggest supporters.
That's awesome. And can you tell me like an early memory of the rental yard that you have? One of your best memories?
Well, this is kind of a funny one. When I went to elementary school, it was about maybe 2 miles from the rental yard. So my brothers and I used to walk from elementary school down to the rental yard, and there was a mini golf place right across the street from the yard. And my dad would give us a couple bucks, and we'd go over and play mini golf all afternoon so he didn't have to watch out for us.
That was the babysitter.
Exactly. And
like
then
that.
if we were lucky, when we got done mini golfing, we got to come over and drive a tractor or forklift or whatever else we wanted to drive.
Oh, man. So you guys were like the luckiest kids in the world.
We had a good time, let's put it that way.
That's pretty cool. And for the viewers at home, what is one of your guilty pleasures, Mike? We're going to get to know you a little better.
This is kind of funny, but I collect toy tractors. And I currently own about 110 pedal tractors, and I don't too many.
110?
Yeah, it's kind of a hoarding situation at this point. And too many other box toy tractors to count. But
Wow.
my wife, on the other hand, collects horses and boots, so that's kind of goes with the
So
program.
hers take up more room than yours, even though you have 110.
Well, I had to build a building in my backyard to house my collection, so she's only taken over the closet.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Meet the people, Glenn. Would you please introduce yourself?
My name is Glenn Ferris.
Thank you. Well, that was short and sweet. What would you say is the most groundbreaking piece of equipment that you guys have gotten, and when that came out and why that changed things for you?
So for us, probably the most interesting piece, I don't know about groundbreaking, but interesting would be we purchased a self-propelled auger, which I've never even seen before, but Billy Goat makes one, and it has been outstanding. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a tractor, which a lot of people go with, and it's not a handheld, which is kind of the other side of it. So it's a self-propelled unit, drives itself along, but yet it can still, handle some of the rougher terrain that some of the other ones can't. So
Yeah.
that's probably the most interesting piece of equipment we've purchased recently. That's done pretty well for us.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. And what personal attribute do you bring to your job that you think is an important asset?
So, my philosophy has always been kind of lead by example. I tell my managers, we're a multi-branch operation, so I like to try and tell them that, I'm here for whatever you guys need. I can do, or I try to, tell them that I can do whatever needs to be done to make it happen. And
Get in there and do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of a lead by example. Don't sit on the background. Get out front and make it happen. I guess would be the best way to say that.
Yeah. And then when you do get to have fun, what would you say is one of your guilty pleasures in life?
Oh,
and keep it maybe PG-13.
Right. No craziness. Oh, man.
Not too guilty. Right?
For me, so I've got 3 kids, and, spending time with them has got to be, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure really, but that's kind of what I live for. Yeah. I've got, all 3 are in college right now. One plays football. So we do a lot of traveling around to see them, and that's kind of what it's all about for me. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, do you have any history of CRA questions? I from the field, we got a question from the field.
So it's funny. Yeah. So I actually grew up in CRA. So my father was a past president from way back in the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
So I kind of cut my teeth growing
Yeah.
up in CRA all through the 70s and 80s, and went to the local chapter meetings, and I've been coming to conventions since I was probably 8 or 9. So,
Oh, that's so neat.
yeah, it's been a fun. This is a great organization. So,
Yeah, I bet
been
you
a
have
member
some
for a
cool,
really long time. So.
cool convention stories, right?
A few, yeah. Well, past president along the way. I made it to that point, so I was a
Ah.
member for a long time of the board of directors, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We enjoy it. We enjoy the people. We enjoy the camaraderie.
Yeah, it probably feels like a family to you.
Definitely family, and the lessons you learn and the things you kind of find out along the way, and just the things you learn. It's fun. Yeah, and it's really been very good for us.
Well, thank you. Awesome. Very good. Well, have a great time tonight at the gala.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, professional.
Professional. Here we go. All right. Okay, Rick.
Yes.
You are a third generation CRA kind of a guy coming up through the ranks here through the generations. So tell me, what is one of the we had some hecklers back there. What's one of the best perks of being in this organization and selling to rental yards?
Very good question. So I think it's a very obvious answer to me. It's the relationships. It's all these people. I'm not the only third generation person here. There are lots of third generation people in this room behind us. I remember my grandfather sold to a company, and my mom sold to that company, and I sold to that company.
Wow,
right?
yeah.
And they're each generation successfully. So the fellow I'm selling to, my grandfather sold to his grandfather, and my mother sold to his father.
Yeah.
In fact, at one point, they needed a bunch of trailers, and they didn't have the financing back then. So my mom financed the trailers. We built them, and then brought them. And then this friend that I'm talking about that I now call on, we played in those trailers, right? Don't put that on the
No, that's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
We played in those trailers.
It was all very safe.
That kind of, we wore safety gear. Yeah, sure. But that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
That kind of generation after generation, we're still together. We're still talking to each other. We're still coming to these meetings.
Yeah. Right? So you're like the luckiest guy in the world, pretty much. That's really cool.
I couldn't think of a better career.
Yeah.
Right, to be able to do this. My grandfather made the equipment. My mother's a distributor and sold the equipment, and I'm a manufacturer's rep.
Wow.
So I'm working on a commission basis for all kinds of factories, including my grandfather's company.
Wow, that is so...
Now called Easy Manufacturing. The Zamora family owns it, and they still pay me commissions for when I sell their products to the rental industry.
Wow, so there's a lot of history, your family history in this.
This is how we think of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
As suppliers to the rental industry.
Yeah, oh, that's fantastic. So tell me an early memory then that you have of...
Besides playing in
the
trailers.
CRA. Besides, I want another one. I'm greedy. Yeah. I have to have another. Yeah. Can you think of something else that?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah,
thanks.
There's lots of good memories, right? So there's one store that I go into, and I've been doing this. When I was a kid, I rode in the truck with my mom all summers, weekends. Whenever we did something, I was in the truck with my mom. It turns out she wanted to keep me out of trouble. I didn't know that, but that was her reasons. But we go to this one store, and the fellows there always call me Little Ricky. Because I would run to the van and I'd get things out for them, right? So Little Ricky.
Little Ricky.
Now, my mom is basically working in the office, and I'm out making sales calls. And
did they still call you Little Ricky?
24 years old. And this fellow, one of my great fellows, and it's also next generation's running that. And he says, "Hey, everybody, Little Ricky is here. Do you need anything?" In my mind, I'm like, I'm not really that little anymore. I don't mind the Ricky. Everybody calls me Rick now, but.
Yeah.
The people at that store in the generation that's currently there calls me Ricky.
Yeah.
Not Little Ricky. They did take that off.
You got them to do that. Okay.
I didn't even have to try. They just started calling me Ricky. But they still call me Ricky, where everybody else in the industry calls me Rick. And I love it. It's perfectly great. I hope
so
they
neat.
continue until I'm gone.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. And then, so what's next for you, Rick?
Well, my mom retired at 84. She's now passed away just this past year. But She retired at 84. So I promised her I would beat her at one thing. I can't beat her anything. She was fantastic. But at one thing, I'm going to work till 85.
Okay.
So we're renovating the old office. She passed away, so I'm taking over the office and renovating it. So I'll be here selling to the California rental industry for, well, I'm 63. So.
Oh, well, you'll be at the 100th.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well,
we should do another
interview.
video.
Yeah,
I'll have another story. Something's bound to happen between now and then. Who knows?
Oh, absolutely. Who knows? Well, into the future then.
That's right. Here we go.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rick.
Very much. This is wonderful.
Thank you. Oh, did I have you introduce yourself real quick? Let's have him. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Rick Beal.
All right.
From Beal Enterprises. Mother's company was Marion Beal Sales. Grandfather's company was Easy Manufacturing or Dolly Manufacturing. We made trailers and all kinds of great stuff.
He goes by many names.
Rick Beal. I'm Rick Beal.
Thanks, Rick. Will you please introduce yourself for the folks at home?
My name is Alex Dubose.
With?
Guy Rents Incorporated, doing business as rental guys.
All right. And I hear you have like 11 rental yards.
Yeah, we've grown over the years.
Wow. So tell me about, who was your biggest influence getting started in this?
Definitely my father. He always advocated to come down and work, and if I wanted to have money in my pocket, then I need to go down to the shop and work, and that's what I did.
Was it like a giant playground to you, or in the early days?
Well, as a young boy, there was a lot of fun things to do at a rental yard. You could drive bobcats and drive forklifts, and it was like a big boy toy.
Yeah. What's a toy that you remember really like wanting to get on that? And
bobcats for sure.
Yeah. And just drive it around the yard?
Yep.
Or oh man,
Yep.
Did you bring your friends over there and sort of show off to them?
Not that much. It was a business, and
It's by invitation
it wasn't
only.
playtime.
Yeah. So you took it seriously from the get-go.
Yeah, and there were always customers and employees, and when I was there, I worked.
Did you always know you were going to go into the family business, or was it?
No.
I
I had different things I wanted to chase. At one point, right out of high school, I wanted to be a fish farmer.
Oh.
So I wanted to go to school and get a degree in aquaculture, and then that didn't really pan out. And I tried a couple other things, and then I was going to Chico State and decided to get in the rental business with my dad.
And so, would you say you did it for love, or you did it for the money?
I think I did it probably for love. I grew up in it. I was good at it. I was pretty good with people, and I enjoyed it, and it just kind of happened.
Yeah, it sounds like a wonderful way to grow up. You know, a wonderful, especially for a boy. It sounds really fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lots of toys.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's your next big toy that you want to get your hands on? Or is that sort of, you keep that close to the vest? You don't you don't want the other guys to know.
I've achieved all my goals. Right now is really just stay in a position to help my sons be the third generation in the business, and they're both doing very well, and I'm super proud of them. And
that's
they
wonderful.
grew up in the business just like I did. So up until about 4 years ago, we were open 7 days a week. So
wow,
if my boys wanted to spend time with their dad, they came down to the rental yard.
Yeah, right.
So they've literally been there their whole life,
That's
and,
incredible.
They learned a lot from that.
Yeah, I bet. I bet there's a lot of good lessons to learn. I mean, in business, but also just being around equipment and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Around do-it-yourselfers.
Homeowners, being in the retail business, you learn a lot about people for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Some good and some bad, right?
Yeah. No, it's all building character and evolving.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Alex. I really appreciate the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mitch, would you introduce yourself to the folks at home, please?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch Gutierrez from Orbit Rentals, Whittier, California.
And you can hold that nice and right up to your chin, like, there you go. And so, Mitch, tell me about what in your personality, sort of personal attributes, have really lent themselves to being in charge of rental yards.
Well, I like working with people, customers, and listening to what their problems are, what projects they have to work on.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure that they get the right piece of equipment.
Yeah, I bet that you learned a lot about people through their projects, I would imagine, right? Through what they're taking on in their life.
Yes, in 54 years of business, we've learned a lot.
I bet there's some really creative people out there.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Not just the homeowners, but contractors as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so your dad started this business, correct?
Yes. He started March 17th, 1968.
Oh.
He happened to have a partner who was Irish.
Uh-huh.
So they opened up on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, how neat. And how did they come up with the name Orbit?
Well, that was the space age.
Oh,
and
okay,
so they got together and thought up Orbit.
I like it.
Yeah, because we were pushing to get to the moon.
Yeah.
And so that's where it came from.
That's really cool.
Yep.
I bet you have some good memories and good stories of being a young lad at the rental yard.
Yes, I was in high school when we started. I was a junior in high school. We had, lawnmowers and edgers and wheelbarrows and chainsaws. That was about it.
Oh, okay. The important basics.
Yeah, to get started, right?
Yeah, definitely.
They both invested $3,000 each.
Oh.
And we went from there.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
That's really cool. And so what else do I want to ask you? I'm going to consult my handy-dandy paper here. Oh, did you do it for love or did you do it for money, Mitch?
I did it for both.
That's what everybody wants to know.
I did it for both.
You did it for both? Cool. And not like this other guy said, I did it for stupidity. That wouldn't be. Or
that's part of it.
Sometimes we don't know what we're getting into, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And he's right also.
So, but for both, huh?
Yes.
For both.
Yes,
That's
I
really
did.
cool. Well, I feel the passion that you have for your job. Is there anything else you want to share with us about Orbit Rentals?
Well, let's see. My dad, over the years, started buying the land that we sit on.
Uh-huh.
His partner, Jack Lentz, retired in 10 years. So that was 1978. I came back to work full time, and now I'm the owner of the company.
And you guys own the land around there,
Yes,
so you've been able to expand.
We own the land, corner to corner, and so we've expanded into more aerial lift equipment.
Oh, yeah.
And construction equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So that has helped us quite a bit.
Yeah. So it's not just chainsaws and lawnmowers anymore, huh?
No, if we did that, we'd be dead. We'd be out of business. But yeah, we've been able to grow over the years based on what the market needs and what the customer needs.
Mm-hmm. Have you been coming to these CRA meetings for a while?
Yes, I was Founders Chapter President for about 15 years. I did that.
Oh, okay.
At the Christmas party, the annual Christmas party in December, which is in La Mirada, I'm still in charge of the Toys for Tots campaign. We invite 2 Marines for dinner as guests.
Oh, that's nice.
And then everybody brings Toys for Tots.
I think you rental people really know how to party.
We do.
Yeah. You make it a priority in life, so I respect that.
We know what it takes to earn $1.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you like to play. You work hard and you play hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you, Mitch. I appreciate the interview.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Would you please introduce yourself, Jim?
Sure. I'm Jim Benson. I manage the program, the insurance program. I'm with Epic Insurance Brokers, and we've got the endorsed insurance program for the CRA.
Awesome. And so what does that mean? How is the CRA or the rental industry a little bit different than average people that you might insure?
Well, the rental industry is a tough industry. You know, you're renting equipment to all kinds of folks, homeowners, contractors.
Yeah.
And they use the equipment, they take it home,
and they might do something dangerous.
Exactly. And, you know, all kinds of accidents can happen, you know.
Sure.
Anything up to death.
Sure.
And, so it's a tough, it can be a tough industry, but, you know, we're proud of our program and that we've tailored coverages and have those specific coverage parts that they need to protect them in those kinds of situations.
I would imagine education is a big part of the insuring rental. You know, you want to make sure they know that they're passing that education on to their users.
Right. And we work closely with our loss control people to review rental contracts and maintenance and records kept on equipment and all the things that go to make sure that they're doing the right things to protect their operation.
And Epic has been a partner with the CRA for a long time. Am I right?
Yes, it goes way back to the 80s. Jim Jenkins was the guy that really worked with the CRA to put it together, the Jenkins organization, and it's been, you know, transitioned over now. Now it's part of the Epic Insurance Group, but you know, decades we've enjoyed together with the CRA this partnership, and we're just really proud that we've been able to keep it going and keep it together, and you know, bringing them what we feel is a really solid program at a fair price and giving them the coverage they need. So it's been really successful, I feel, for both of us.
Yeah, and a real partnership has been built over the decades.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've got some really good friends in the industry, you know, and been very big supporters of ours, and it's just a really close group, and the CRA is just a wonderful organization, and go back many, many years and a lot of history, and so we've been able to kind of, you know, work with them over the years and enjoy that together.
Now, have you been coming to these kinds of conventions for a few years?
We have, yeah. I've been to
You personally?
Yeah, I've been to, going back to the 80s too, you know.
Awesome.
Seeing the CRA, you know.
Hairstyles have changed. Dress codes have changed.
You know, we've been all over too. I mean, I can remember, you know, we've been up and down California, Palm Springs, Reno, you know, Las Vegas now for the last few years. But these are great times to get together. Now we've been apart for a couple of years, you know, with COVID and everything. So this is a great event tonight.
Yeah, to see old friends and
celebrate, you know, Dale Blackwell and his life and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate the interview.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
all right.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Show everybody how many coins you got one more time. Good. I'm going to take this one here. Close it kind of tight. Put it down. I'm going to take the last one. Place over here. Hold on to that. I'm going to make that go from here. Sharpie. Sign your name on there for me, real big. Okay. Now, Colin, you sounded like a celebrity. Are you famous?
Yes. He is. He's quite famous.
I've heard a lot of stories.
More notorious. Infamous. Infamous. Right now.
Did you play pro ball? Guitar pro athlete?
No.
College ball? College ball? No. D3 walk on? D3 walk on? No. Push them all together for me. Audience, watch. One of these are going to change color. That's my business card. All right? You turn that over. That's going to have...
Damn. That's it. Very good.
All right, guys. Hey, how's it going? Magic show will start in about 10 minutes.
You want to set the alarm or you want me to?
Come over, bro. Let me show you something. Okay. You got one?
2 or 1? One? Can I slide
Yeah,
over?
show them around.
We're trying to video it.
What's your name, man?
Jake.
Jake. Put it back for me, Jake.
Top or bottom?
Anywhere you want to, pal. I'm a pro. You push all the way down? Thank you, Jake. Jake, hold up your hand for me. Turn this over. Jake, was a 9 yours? No. Hold the 9. And I'm going to turn this one right here. Was 2 yours? Nope. We're going to make the 2 and the 9 change places, okay?
Okay.
So the 9 jumps here.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Turn over, see what you do. How'd you do that? You got one? You got it, show it around. Okay. The back. You good there?
Yep.
Okay. What's your name?
Jeff.
Jeff, I'm going down the side. Say stop.
Stop.
I'm going to kick one up and out. Was that one yours?
Nope.
Feel it? How many cards are there? 1 or 2?
Just 1.
That's not yours?
Nope.
Jeff, that's going to be 1, 2, 3. We'll change out 1, 2, 1. Right.
That's it.
All right, guys. I got to go. I got to mingle. Y'all got y'all's keys, wallets, and all that shit?
One more time. One more time. Okay.
One more time.
No, I can't do it with my
1, 2, 3.
Wait till we're all ready.
Watch me. I'll be your. Do it with me, guys.
I'm ready.
Do it with me. Ready, Patricia? Okay, here we go. Yeah.
See you later.